Well, once again, Info on Scuba Diving is at the World Travel Market in London, and we're talking to the Vice President of Marketing for the Cotton House Hotel, which is on the rather exclusive and privately owned island of Mustique. Hello, John.
Good morning. How are you today?
Very good, thank you. A privately run island, privately owned island.
It's part of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and was created back in the 1960s by Lord Glenconner. And today it's got 120 private villas and the Cotton House Hotel, which is 17 bedrooms spread over 13 acres. Caribbean beachfront with a dive centre just across the garden.
That's pretty exclusive. I understand even Princess Margaret owned a place there once.
She did. She had a place there, and it was a place just to escape from the world and relax and be yourself, which is very much how it is today.
Right, so the reason why we're talking to you, John, is not just because you're the marketing director of the hotel, but you've actually learnt to dive there.
Yes, I had the chance of doing my PADI there 2 years ago, and one of the sort of fun parts is that instead of learning to dive in a pool, you actually learn to dive in the sea. So every day, once you've done your course, your tests, you then get about a 15-minute drive along the reef off the jetty area of the hotel.
Pretty much a personal reef then.
Very personal reef, and also has a great part when you actually then go out for doing your offshore dives. The boat never takes more than 6 people, and whenever I went out we were just 2.
So you've now qualified, obviously.
Now I'm a qualified PADI. So unfortunately, living in Paris, I don't do a lot of diving. So when I go back out, I do have to do a little refresher course, which is possible to do.
But what do you? I mean, now you've done your diving, your training. You're not worried about, am I doing it right? You're actually relaxing and enjoying a dive. What is there to see out there?
Well, the one thing is that Mustique, not being a mass market destination, you are really yourselves there. One of the things that's quite fascinating I found was what we call the moving wall, where you just go out and the currents will drift you along the whole wall. So the next stage is to go a wee bit further out. There's a wreck that you can dive on called the Antilles, which sank in about the 70s. And so that hopefully will be my next mission when I go back out to the island.
Very nice. And what's the hotel like then? It's 17 room, you said?
Hotel is 17 rooms, spread over 13 acres, never more than 4 rooms per building, and is done in colonial style with a bit of a fresh modern touch, based all around the great room, which is like the clubhouse of the island.
How do you get there if it's an island?
The 2 main entry ports is either Barbados or St. Lucia. And then the hotel or the villa rental company will book your flight from Barbados to Mustique and back again.
Okay, so if people want to know more, where do they look on the web?
They can either go on to mustique-island.com or www.cottonhouse.net.
And there'll be information on the diving there as well?
There is the information on diving there and a link to the dive site from the Mustique Island and the Cotton House site.
Lovely. Well, thanks for talking to us, John.
Thank you very much.